Hi guys, it's Ian Coleman. It is Friday the 7th of May 2021, 10:40 a.m. in the UK. In this video I just want to talk about the Canadian dollar, what happened yesterday. It surpassed our resistance level only to sort of rally up overnight and actually hit the next resistance level, and it looks like it's turning around. So I'm going to discuss that. I got stopped out on my Canadian short ideas. And this morning, I am now long on dollar against the Swiss franc, so I'm going to explain why I've come to that conclusion. So, first of all, let's have a look at the Canadian basket. This was the setup that I had. We did get a reaction to the downside. So this was a 50% pullback, 88.6% pullback. So a nice cipher pattern. We did see a small reaction. Let's just zoom in a bit. To the downside, and that actually triggered my short Canadian trade ideas. So I actually got long of dollar CAD and long of euro against the Canadian dollar, stopped below the lows and got stopped out relatively quickly in those two trade ideas. What happened was it broke the high, impulse moved to the upside. You can see at 2 o'clock. And we ended up forming this, and this is another cipher pattern. But the reason I sort of didn't flag that is because that first rally there should be at 61.8%. So it was out of line, and I don't like to trade anything that's out of line. But if you can see now, we're now starting to get that decent move to the downside in the Canadian dollar. So let's have a look at dollar Swiss. Like I said, I've taken a long trade in dollar Swiss this morning. I actually jumped in a little bit early. I've averaged in at 90.80, so I'm just in around about current price at the moment. So let's just go to a big picture analysis, and then I want to talk about the dollar and I want to talk about the Swiss franc. So let's go to which chart first? We can go to this chart. This is the weekly chart. Okay, so we've completed this 5-wave count to the downside. So what we should have now is a corrective 3-wave move higher. If we go to the weekly chart, the daily chart, again that first wave, which is the A wave of an ABCD formation to the top side, would highlight that this is either the completion of the B leg or part of the B leg. Okay, so that being A and then coming down in B. But I think what's going to happen here is we're going to move like that. So basically, this can only be seen in one wave. Corrective waves are normally in 3 waves. So down in 1, up in 2, down in 3 to complete that B leg. Now here, if we go to this chart, okay, it is a confluence area. Again, it's not a cipher pattern. If we got a 50%, then it should have stopped at 88.6. You can see it's pushed through 224 and 127.2%. But what I do have on the Swiss single currency and the dollar, I've got a bias to buy the dollar and I've got a bias to sell Swiss francs. So what's happened here this morning is I have had a DMARC flip, which basically, if you follow DMARC, it normally will indicate the end of a trend and the start of a new upward bias, or at least a change in sentiment over the short term. Let's have a look at the baskets. Let's go to the dollar. I want to show you all the charts here, just to show what I am looking at. So really, we want to be going all the way down to here. So that is a cipher pattern, quite a messy one. This is the weekly chart. Okay, so that should highlight a move to the upside in the dollar index. If we go to this chart, and this is the daily, that should be 8 hours actually. Let's just turn that over. 480. PC's running a bit slow this morning. What I'm looking for is this leg up. I mean, this, if you zoom in a bit, it looks like a head and shoulders pattern. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. would need to break this sort of area here, around about 135 to confirm. But looking for a sustained move to the upside. If we go to this chart, again, this is sort of pointing to higher levels. This is a cipher pattern. This would be a bat formation. So trying to, again, to buy this CD leg, and it is aggressive and it should be impulsive. I know we've got non-farm payroll this afternoon, and hopefully that will be a catalyst. We've also had Lagarde out today, so euro dollar, I will quickly talk about euro dollar as well in this video, because I think what normally happens, it's not -1 correlated with dollar Swiss, but it's very close. So normally if the euro goes in one direction, Swiss franc goes in the other. But obviously euro Swiss is still tradable. It doesn't flatline. Used to flatline when Swiss National Bank used to manipulate the market. So that's euro, sorry, that's the dollar. Let's have a look at Swiss francs. Swiss franc, we've got this cipher pattern, okay, just coming out short. So that makes me believe that we're in for some upward movement in dollar Swiss. Stop below the low, going into non-farm is probably advisable. Let's have a quick look at euro dollar. And again, big picture analysis is what we want to see. So if we want dollar Swiss to the downside, sorry, upside, then we want euro dollar to the downside. And I've got this formation here, okay, so 61.8% moving lower to then move higher towards this level here at 121.17. I should say that if or when we get to 121.17, the bias for me turns bearish again. So basically I want to be selling these levels, not buying this dip, because I'm still looking for this move lower down here, and this is the 8-hour chart. So as euro dollar starts to move to the downside, dollar Swiss should move to the upside, and hopefully non-farm payroll this afternoon will give this trade idea a little bit of a boost. Okay, good luck. If I don't speak to you again, have a great weekend, and I'll try and post some more analysis pretty soon. Thanks, guys.